Hi people, welcome to Tamilnadu Digital Marketing Community. So, my name is Kumar. In the session, நான் பண்றது யார் கூட அப்படின்னு கேட்டா மானசி. she's from Bangalore. So உங்களுக்கு தமிழ் தெரியாது. இந்த செஷன் கண்டிப்பா ஃபுல்லா இங்கிலீஷ்ல தான் இருக்கும். So please கொஞ்சம் வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க. நான் முடிஞ்ச அளவுக்கு ட்ரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணி கீழே சப்டைட்டில்ஸ் ஆட் பண்றேன். ஓகேங்களா? So welcome Manasi, welcome to the show, welcome to our community.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I think it's a lovely community. I have been hearing so much about this, and I see all the interviews that you do, and there's a lot of activities that's happening. That's the best part. It's active and nice.
Yeah, wow, really great. Thank you. So let me introduce Manasi here. She had 15 years of experience on the digital field. She's a social media marketing expert. She's a speaker, trainer, consultant, as well as coach. Okay. So I'm really glad really glad that you are here.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So this is a Q&A session for my community. It's something kind of a rapid thing that we can able to, kind of a rapid question too. It's not kind of a long webinar because people really, they don't have that much time to look for a 40 to 45 minutes video, right?
Of course.
Okay. So I started I just want to ask you, like, why social media? Because digital marketing channels have lots and lots of mediums and channels, right? Why do you choose social media for your career?
Let's look at it this way. I love people, I love conversations, and the only platform that gives me this is social media. The amount of conversations that happen and so many people talking about so many things, it's wonderful. You go to social media and you have a look at it. It could be any channel for that matter. It's beautiful.
Okay. But email is also, email is called as the king of personalization, right? But why not email? Why social media? Is there any love on the social media channels, like kind of an personal interaction, immediate interaction thing?
Yes, it's very visual and it's very real time compared to email. Email, you still have spam blocks, not getting into the inbox. You've got so many challenges. The social media is very different, unless of course you do something and get blocked. Apart from that, I think it's a beautiful channel where it is real time. I think most importantly, I believe in the real time analytics part of it.
Okay.
The analysis is so easy, it's faster, it's better. I think that's the part that I love.
Okay. So yeah, of course you had 15 years of experience in this digital media field, right? What is your very first experience with the digital marketing in your career?
Very interesting. About 12-13 years ago when I started on my own, I think it was by chance. I quit my job and I was like, okay, what do I do next? Let me apply for another job. Let me check out an MNC, that kind of a thing. And it took some time where somebody just came and said, hey, you know what? There's Facebook. I'm like, yeah, I know. And then they were like, this can be used for businesses. And by that time, I had already done some bit of branding, image management, and all of that. And that became like really, really big. So they said, why don't you just sit at home and do something about Facebook? Give yourself some months time before you decide what you want to do. And that's how the journey began. So I started off with a small set of people where I did everything in terms of putting together a social media strategy. At that time, it was just Facebook strategy. So I had a couple of clients at that level. So I can say that very clearly, when nobody was thinking about Facebook as like a particular channel for business, I was already there. And the kind of clients I handled at that time, where we had already looked at engagement on social media. So that's the kind of client. It was not just about presence. It was about engaging with people. So 12 years ago, I started off with Facebook. So, today, if Facebook makes changes and people are saying there's no reach, I can understand why Facebook is doing that. I can actually understand probably the psychology behind what Facebook can offer us. And same with Instagram, WhatsApp, that company, the whole thing, it's easier for me to relate to what is happening.
Okay, so related to this question, so what's your favorite channel and favorite social media platform? Is that Facebook or any other channel?
I have always loved Facebook, but now it but now it's Instagram. I have moved to a bit of Instagram when it comes to brand engagement, but nothing like WhatsApp and TikTok right now. If you can get a hang of it, okay, and if you can go with people who can engage on WhatsApp, the legal agencies which are authorized to do WhatsApp business, okay, if you go with them, oh, it's a beautiful world. The way you can engage with people and so quick and so fast, it's really beautiful.
Okay, because it's kind of a messenger thing, right? We can get the replay very soon as well. We don't have to wait for emails and everything. Yeah.
True.
Okay. So can you tell me more about that social media selling psychology? Because I'm always fond of digital psychology. Okay. I started learning digital psychology when I started learning about SEO. I started my career as an SEO analyst. So how do you apply that digital psychology for the social media platform? They call us selling psychology, right? Social media selling psychology. So can you tell more about it?
I think it's time. See, I have done psychology for 5 years of my life. So I kind of understand. I've studied psychology actually.
Wow.
So I start from that. And since I have been there from the time social media has evolved, I can tell you this. Stop thinking about numbers and start treating them as people. The day we start treating people as people, okay? And let's see, social media is great. It's nice to have, and it's a great way to sell. But then, if you're not going to be involved as a community, okay, if you're not going to form a community of people who are using your products or your services, could be your prospects, and if you don't treat them as people, I'm sorry to say, you haven't even started. You will not be successful at all. You really need to treat them as people, your friends. See, what is social media? It's all about friends coming together, right? It's about like-minded people with the same interests coming together and doing something about it. So it is a community of people who want your service or your product, okay? And they're associated with a brand for a reason. They like you. Either they know people in the brand or, in the company, or they just love your products. So until you start treating them as people, like let's say, I think there's some emergencies like coronavirus is coming, right? I mean, instead of addressing that, if you're going to be like, I'm a brand, so I will talk about my products on social media and go ahead with that, it will fail miserably. If you're not able
we have to go along with the trend.
Yes. I'm not exactly the trend. You have to go with the people. Okay, what they feel. If it's painful for them, it's painful for you. If they're happy, you're also happy. Okay. If it's any emotion that they have, okay, you should feel it as a brand.
Yeah, we don't have to treat them like a numbers. We have to treat them as a humans.
Yes. I think that's what will win you everything.
Okay. Wow, great. Thank you, Manasi. So, can you follow up some social media strategies for people who are starting their career in the social media marketing? A very useful strategy.
I will say, let's put it this way, okay? When you're learning digital marketing, I would suggest putting your efforts. Okay, a lot of your efforts, because I see a lot of people going to take up those digital marketing courses, and they go there and they take up that 3 months course, pay up, and they're all ready. Okay, get up. I've got 6 of Google certifications. I've done Facebook Blueprint certification. I've done SEM Rush certification. Certifications are great. Trust me, they're great tools to use, and they're fantastic. That shows your efforts and enthusiasm. But remember to take a step back and understand what marketing is. So you have to understand that, marketing, I mean, basic communication. Okay, there are some very basic theories of communication. Things like, I send a message from here, and that should be noiseless. When you mean noiseless, noise is different in different contexts. So there should be no noise in it. I'm not talking to technology level. See, like if you use jargons, for me, that's noise.
Okay.
Right? So those are some basic marketing things. So start studying theories of communication, start looking at research. See, if you look at if you take the top 10 digital marketing academies in India, not at least I have not come across anybody who has learned digital marketing in another academy or institute. These are people who have studied by themselves and they have opened their own academies. Okay. And they're fantastic. Okay. So I think that is what you will have to do as well. If you're starting a career in digital marketing, I suggest read up. There are some lovely resources. Read up from that, understand the market, understand people, understand brands, and look at some classy brands. Okay, I understand that tomorrow you might go and work with a startup, but in that startup, in that domain, find classy things. Okay, that way you're always on top. There will be a lot of other digital marketers who will come, sell their services, sell it for really small price. But if you're you and if you have that stuff in you, I think you're a winner.
Wow, that's what make any business, I mean, anything as a brand, right?
Yes.
We have to differentiate between them. Okay,
Definitely.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So, how do you use social media marketing for B2B and for B2C? I mean, how can you, what are the strategies that you follow, and which one do you found very difficult? Is that a B2B one or B2C one?
See, I come from a communication background. I graduated with corporate communication and journalism as my majors.
Yeah.
Okay. And with a psychology background, it was already there to understand, give what people want.
Yeah.
So, considering that, about a decade in this industry has made me realize whether it is B2B or whether it is B2C, you are selling it to one person only, right? The decision maker is a human only.
Yeah.
It's about the medium that you use to reach them. Okay. And from the very beginning, I have been telling, if you're looking at social media or digital media as a standalone, you will not be successful. I mean, I can write it that, it's going to be a big failure. If you can't put together offline and online, okay, before you start, do enough research. See, there's competitor research. Today, when people come and say, let's do digital media, they're like, how much budget do you have? Shall we do PPC? I'm like,
okay.
That's not going to work. Okay. First, find out about the company. Then there is competitor analysis. Then speak to each department in the company. Speak to the business development people. Speak to the sales people. Find out what they're selling, how they're selling. Then find out who are already using your products and services. Find out demographics and psychographics. See, that will give you a fair understanding of where to look for. And what exactly
it will give very detailed description of where my audience are, who are my audience are. Okay.
Perfect. And then once you map your customer journey, then it's very easy to use digital media. Your digital media cannot be standalone. It cannot be a standalone because your media cannot have two different messages, right? Like people are on the road and then they see a billboard. It has a very, very different messaging. And then you come back and you're bombarded with social media ads, which has a different messaging. So you're a little confused, right? I wouldn't say use the same image or something, but then at least the messaging, the tone, it needs to be some standard. So whether it is B2B or B2C, the channels that you will use is different. Probably for B2B, you'll have more of emails and more of LinkedIn, Quora, to certain extent. So medium will change. That you'll figure out depending on the channel itself. I mean, the business itself, but at the end of the day, remember, you're still selling it to a human. If you remember that, whether B2B or B2C, you will crack it.
Okay, fine. Wow. Great. So, I have gone through lots and lots of trends. I mean, what are the future trends that will going to affect digital marketing in this 2020? Affect means not in the negative impact, because we marketers have to ready, right? So that's right. So what are the major techs that will impact in 2020 for social media? What do you think of it?
See, I think chatbots will start making sense this 2020. Yes, chatbots will start making sense. I'm not saying chatbots will start making sense because they're chatbots and people will start using it more. It will start making sense because AI is creeping in big time. Okay. Once AI comes in, it's very easy because there's certain patterns that you see, and it will offer you what you want at the end of the day. That's the whole idea of having AI. Because it's coming in, your chatbots will probably and hopefully be a lot more effective. Okay, earlier chat was more like, FAQs. Okay, standard, like people come and ask questions in the offline world, whatever questions they have asked, or they're there on Quora, or they're on Facebook, or they're on Insta, whatever questions that they have asked, you just put that as the answers and you push that out on your chatbot. So depending on the keywords that they use, the chatbots will probably respond. It's always been that way so far. But now AI will come in. There's a lot of machine learning that's going to happen. But, AI will also creep in eventually, and that will start making a lot of sense. Okay, your Google assistants, your voice searches, the Alexa, Cortana, any of this. Yes, this is going to be huge.
Yeah, so because I started my routine with Google Assistant every day. Hey Google, how are you? Hey Google, good morning. That's how I started my routine.
Perfect. See, there you go. So I think chatbots will be big, and then voice is going to be huge, like really huge. I mean, I don't know. I can't think of the recent past where I have typed a WhatsApp message. It's more like, just ask Google Assistant to do it.
Wow.
My hands are full. I'm doing something else, and then I just ask the assistant to say, please find this person and please send out a message. That's far more easier.
Wow, great, huh?
So these are two things you should watch out for. At also at the same time, let's not overdo AI. See, we need to understand AI because that is coming in, and digital. See, AI works on data, and the amount of data that we have was constructed in the last 3 years alone. And it's all because everything has gone digital. We are able to look at digital footprints left by people, and therefore we are able to look at data and learn. Okay, so remember this. You remember GIGO, garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah.
So it's like this: you have bad data or insufficient data, and you're trying to construct AI on top of it. It will give you bad results.
Okay.
We have to understand this. So not all companies can do AI. So digital marketing is not an exception. So we'll have to understand this. You have to look at it more holistically, and it must be objective. It cannot be prejudiced.
Okay. Wow, great. Okay, so how can you see that digital marketing, most probably the social media marketers, in the aspect of freelancing, freelancers, or else daily jobbers, or else entrepreneurship?
Okay. I have been an independent consultant for a very long time now.
Okay.
So considering that, I would say freelancing, take up projects. See, by 2022, it's said that in the digital marketing world, you will have close to about 75-80% to be consultants. You will not find full-time employees.
Wow.
Yeah. No, because it's all projects. See, I want you to understand that social media is short-lived in terms of content. Today there's one content, and tomorrow people want some other content to consume.
Yeah.
Right? And the faster you can come up with those innovative ideas, the better it is. And for you to innovate all the time is not possible. Okay, for the same man to keep innovating is not possible.
Yeah, because
unless
we're humans, right?
Yeah. So people will change social media strategies. People will change the concepts. People will change the medium, how they communicate. All this is going to change. So you will need like a lot of consultants, but who can understand again the consumer psychology. If you put consumer on top, I think that will solve a lot of our problems. So a lot of them will become consultants eventually, and very well paid consultants, I must say. Okay. No, it will lead there. If you're good at what you do, people will pay you for what it is, and always work with good bosses. I wouldn't say good companies. I wouldn't say branded companies, well-known companies. No, just find the right boss who's a mentor, who's really good, and work with them, and that's going to be sufficient. So if you're looking at wanting to be an entrepreneur in the digital media space, God save you. Remember, I told you 10 years ago, I started off with Facebook, and I wanted to have a company of my own. I went ahead with a name and started off before I could even register. It was just a group. But then you need to have that thing for business. I started because I love communication and branding and image management. But then eventually I was trying to do, did you come in on time? Did you go on time? Did you send an email to people? Slowly it became micromanagement. So if you don't find the right set of people to work who can share the same passion, entrepreneurship will become boring. So after that, I've worked with many startups where I have been one of the founding members and all of that. So it all depends what you enjoy.
Okay.
So yes, if
Okay.
you be an entrepreneur, go ahead, be an entrepreneur. Again, being an employee in the social media world, it's great. It gives you stability. It gives you safety in terms of commercials. But I feel that somehow you get stuck because social media can offer you something so great that you have to move around. You have to see what it offers, and it's a fantastic journey.
Yeah, we have to push that to the next level, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Great. Great. Thank you. So, can you talk about some more? I mean, the people who inspired you. I mean, who are all your mentors? Kind of stuff.
I wouldn't say mentors because mentors generally sit with you, understand your core competencies, and do things for you. I haven't had people who actually sat with me and did things for me, but I've had people who have led by examples, who are role models. They never came and said, Manasi, do this. They themselves did that enough to make me the person that I am.
Okay.
I will start off with my parents. Some really awesome bravery.
Unexpected. I thought you were. I mean, referring something who are marketing gurus or kind of in the industry, but this is unexpected.
I can clearly start off with my parents. I think psychology started there for me. They have always understood what I have wanted, and they've given me. They've allowed me to do whatever I have always wanted to do. Whether it's taking up jobs in MNCs or it's just sitting back in my home office and consulting. So I start off with that. I studied in National College Jayanagar, and I think the professors there were fantastic.
Okay.
That is where my research background comes from. I've never had professors who would just come. They all had some 30 years, 40 years of experience. But I've never seen any of the professors come in and just talk because they have 40 years of experience. They have always prepared for a class. Okay, irrespective of the same syllabus being there forever, I have prepared for class, and I think my research background comes from there. Few professors like HSR, and then there is KSN, and I had a fantastic professor by name GR. She put me into theater as well. So these are people who have led by examples. So I mean, they're businessmen. Okay, GR now has a college of our own, and they're businessmen as well. So it just comes to me from there.
Okay. Wow.
Done really well. Then I think I moved on where I did my internship. There was HR Krishnamurthy, who was the director of All India Radio. So even before I got into my career, he showed me what RJing was. So when FM Rainbow was launched, I was right there. We did a lot of productions for programs for women and children section.
Okay.
So HR Krishnamurthy is one of them. Shabir was the RJ. He was one of my mentors. Thanks to this outlook that I have to my life and my work.
Yeah, Shabir, thank you.
Yeah, then the background in PR has made me really strong. Okay, I worked with Perfect Relations. Dilip Cherian was there today, who's the image guru of India. He started off blogging like way before, even before blogging actually came into mainstream.
On the early stages of internet, I mean, in India.
Yes, and he did a fantastic job. The way he used Twitter was like, it just got your mind on, how technology can be used. So these are people who, he never sat with me and said, hey, you know what, Manasi, this is how it needs to be used. This is a strategy. No, he just led by example. And he is like the image guru of India. Okay, so he's one of them. Then there is Salila. Then I joined InMobi. I mean, the founders, all 3-4 of them just sat with us and taught us. I mean, such simple people. Today, it's the largest independent mobile advertising network. But these people came and sat. They took board and pen and sat there and explained. This was, imagine, okay, some 10 years ago, 8, 9 years ago, where they sat and said, you know what CTR is? It's going to become big. Remember this. Start.
Wow. Start from the scratch itself.
They taught me everything. Like you won't believe it. Naveen would sit down and take classes and give us, saying that, you have to learn. You're in this industry. You have to know what this is. Okay, so those were some really fantastic people. Then there is Suresh from Web Marketing Academy, and then there is Sudhir from ISAC Global. These are people who have held my hand, and they were there. They're not mentors who went first and said, okay, now come walk my path. These are people who allowed me to take my path, but held my hand and said, we are here, go ahead. So these are some really fantastic people I've got. So I should just say, oh, thank God, I had great people to work with, and I had some lovely bosses.
Wow, finally. That's a good one, actually. Yeah, person who are planning to start their career in whatever the job, they would definitely choose their bosses very wisely, because that defines their career, right?
Everything, actually.
Yeah.
No, tomorrow when you become a boss, you will become what your boss was, right? That's
yeah, definitely. I'm becoming the reflection of my bosses, because that's where I land, right?
Right. So just search for good people, good-hearted people, and you will know how to do it.
Okay. Wow, really. Thank you, Mansi. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for being here. And yeah, we'll do more videos for our community. We'll meet you soon.
Yeah, I hope to be a part of it. Yeah. Thanks so much for this opportunity, Kumar. I think this has been fantastic. Okay, so please tell Madam Digital Marketer as well. Thank you so much for this. This is a lovely
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.